Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Nani, an episode where we discuss anime that we're currently watching. I'm your host, Knuckles, aka Ladies Man of Video Games, and today we're going to be talking about My Hero Academia Vigilantes Episode 2. In last episode, we see that Eraserhead stopped Knuckle Duster from, attacking this so-called innocent civilian, right? So actually, Eraserhead and Knuckle Duster actually began the fight, and Knuckle Duster was holding his own in this fight. Now, first, we know Eraserhead. He erases, the person's powers, right? Meaning, if I say powers, he stops their quirk from activating, right? He thought that he had an endurance quirk or a strength quirk right there, but he noticed that his erasing is not working. And after like, it wasn't a long fight, but like, you still saw that, Knuckle Duster, was on his own. But like probably like maybe like 2 minutes out of the fight, you know what? Eris is like, you know what, man, this guy is not a villain right there. I'll still warn the police, but he's not a villain. But he comes to the conclusion that, yeah, this guy, he does have a quirk, but he's really tough. And I gotta give Knuckle Duster a lot of credit for that because I guess you can say Knuckle Duster is basically, this version of Batman without the uh without the gadgets because he's just going in there with straight a straight brass knuckles right there. Like no utility belt, no no boomerangs, no detonating devices and shit like that. He's going in just raw like, yo, I got hands, nigga. Like we throwing them hands. Like Knuckles all about using them hands right there, and I thought that was actually pretty cool. Now, as they were fighting, when the fight started, well, during the fight, Pops have recognized the guy in the suit, in last episode, where like Knuckles thought, he was suspicious guy. Now he didn't have a black tongue because if you use the trigger, you have a black tongue. He didn't have a black tongue, but Pops like recognized, this guy was around every area where the trigger event happened. He was at this spot, he was at that spot, he was this was like, wait, that guy knows something right there. So Pops just goes on after him, and so it's the same thing with Crawler, aka Mr. Nice Guy. But we ran into the three punks from the first episode right there wanting to get their revenge. And obviously, their quirk, they use trigger and their quirk, enhance their quirk, but like prevents their mind for like, acting right there. So, but you said, in the mind was just revenge, right? So you see, the spiky dude and the flame dude, attacking Crawler right there. No, Eraserhead was able to stop the spiky dude, and Knuckles was able to like use the brick of the flame dude right there. I'm like, dang, yo, that's all it took, just a brick right there to stop this guy whose power as enhanced right there. You mean to tell me you got defeated by a brick? I mean, shout out to Knuckles, but it's like, damn, yo, I guess you ain't all that shit with the quirk, right? So Pops up almost got the guy in the suit, but the flying dude got her. But then Mr. Suit Guy was like, "Oh no, my precious stuff right there." Then he uses trigger on himself right there, and turns into this big ass, monster. But it's like acting very playful with his victims, right? Like they're like they're playthings. He works at a toy company right there, so pretty much the humans were his toys, right? And he did grab Pop Step and threw Pop Step, and this is where Crawler had his hero moment because Pop Step needs to like land on her feet in order to bounce. But where how she's falling, she's not gonna be able to bounce on her feet right there. So Crawler, made a quick decision, to use his ability to go into the wall right there, jump off the wall, grab Pop Step, and granted, that puts him in the bad position as well too. Because no, great, he grabs Pop Step, makes sure she lands over here. They like kind of throws her, she lands on her feet, but Pop Step, I mean not Pop Step, Crawler's like, oh shit, I need to land somewhere safe right there because it's where he's gonna land, he was gonna die, but he's able to like use his powers on the monster for a little bit and able to like land safely on the trash can right there. And eventually, Richard came up to him, came not to him, used his powers on the monster right there, and everybody was through it. He's able to save everybody. Granted, this is on his day off too. Like typically, Richard's like, you know what? I'm still working on my day off. Like that's typical Eraser right there. I thought it was very funny. But I like the conversation that Eraser had and Knuckle Duster had. It's like, hey, thank you, but you gotta be careful what you're doing right now. It's like, well, we're over here trying to clean up the small mess that you big heroes can't can't seem to clean up right there. And he's like, oh, you're kind of crazy. You're kind of things like, yeah, I get that a lot, but I'm here trying to save the people right there. And with Eraser, it's like, oh, so you pretty much do your action first and ask for forgiveness later right there. It's like, yeah, pretty much it. But it's like, bro, you gotta be careful right there because yeah, you're doing the right thing. The way how you go about it, hit first, ask questions later. Very much should say, action first, ask for forgiveness later right there. You're going about it the wrong way. It's like, well, well, maybe we got heroes will clean up this mess right there. Maybe I wouldn't have to be doing the shit right there. So yeah, I do like that conversation. So you get it from both sides right there. Like yes, what Knuckles does is doing is right, but like he's going about the right way. I mean, like I said, if the big heroes are not gonna help save us down there, I gotta do something about it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, I get what he's doing. Like I said, but Eraser is like, yeah, I understand what you're doing right there, but like you gotta like chill on this time. You're acting a little bit too crazy. I get a little bit what Eraser said is saying too, like that, just a little bit. Like I said, but I'm more on Knuckle Duster side, but I still love Razorhead though. Like don't get me wrong, I still love Razorhead, but like I'm still more on Knuckle Duster's side right there because like I said no one's doing anything right there. So we gotta protect the people right there. Like how was we gonna save them, right? So then we get to the I guess the um okay part of the episode was when we have Pop Step watching over these two middle schoolers just arguing right there, and this is where the Mr. Nice Guy name called made up his name called the Crawler, and um, another one said, "Yeah, you kind of have to change your name right there. Mr. Nice Guy is not going to put any fear to any opponents right there, so you got to call yourself the Crawler." So yeah, just as Crawler, but eventually another trigger monster does appear right there with his hardened shells, and I'll say this right. Yes, Double does not have any powers, like I give him props for find all these cores without having any powers, but he's also smart too. He's pretty much saying like with you if you hard and shell and everything right there, you're losing your balance. Like he also knows how to work around people's quirks right there. So like, is he the brightest guy? Probably not. But when it comes to actually fighting right there, I think he is a bit smart right there. Like I said, knowing their disadvantages is with their quirk right there. So like I like the fact that he's brash, but he's also like he has a from what I've seen so far, he's got a nice fighting IQ right there. Like I always feel as though like when it comes to like any sport, you always have like some type of IQ, like football IQ, basketball IQ. I mean, fighting we can consider that a sport right there, like UFC, like fighting IQ right there. I feel as though um Knuckle Duster has his fighting IQ unlocked right there. Also, the crawler called the master. He called the master right there. So now their relationship is gonna get stronger as the time goes on, right? Now I will say this too. Pop Step, I like her design. She's cool and all, but like I want to see if she's gonna be able, to help out. Cause yeah, I get that, Vigilante is centered on these three characters, Crawler, Pop Step, and Douglas Duster, but it's like I kind of need to see, Pop Step do more like during that fight right there, she's just watching over them. I mean, could she do much? No, maybe not, but it's like, I still want her, to like, participate more in this right now. Granted, it's only the second episode, so I'm not like gonna destroy it for it, but like I feel as though like there'll be come the time where pops up will have to step up and do something. But we'll see. Like I said, it's only episode 2. There's a lot more episodes to go right there. It is. So we got some time right there. But a chill episode right there. Like I said, I feel as though we're gonna probably see more Eraser in this season, I believe. Like he'll be watching over another lesson. Oh, but also we have the detective. Oh, I forgot about detective Jakash. I almost forgot about him. Here's what I'm saying, like whoever did this are vigilantes. Yeah, they may be protecting us right now, but it's still against the law. We still have to uphold the law against them. And I almost forgot about him too. I almost they recognize it, to be honest with you. But yeah, so he'll be under case as well too. Because like I said, vigilantes, yeah, they're doing it good, but like it's not gonna be like by everybody. It's not gonna be like for everybody right there. So I like how at the beginning of this episode and last episode, they actually gave us the definition of a vigilante right there. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, this episode right there, nothing too crazy happened this episode. I said second episode, still a lot more things to happen right there. I believe Miss Man will be in. Well, then again, I don't know sure how much camera time, the teachers will get in this season right there. We'll have to see. But like I said, I like the fact that these three characters, two of them have quirks, one doesn't. Like these guys aren't really anything, but they're still putting their lives on the line right there to save these people right there. So you have nothing but respect for that right there. But that's it for today. As always, folks, subscribe if you want to be part of Doug's family. Give this video a like. Please comment, helps with the video a lot as well. Share the video and be sure to follow my social media accounts in the description box below. And also remember, J. Cool said, everybody, there's no such thing as life better than yours. Have a good night, everybody. Take care. And they're recording already.